days. I thought I had like a freaking stomach virus or something crazy, or like I ate something bad. And come to find out, I had diabetic ketoacidosis. Is that right? Which is a life-threatening condition. Like, that's crazy. But I was traveling, and it was like I was good. You don't eat that bad. Outside of just having some sweet treats and some snacks and some zero sugar sodas. I love us a Coke Zero.
Love a Coke Zero.
Like legit. And it was weird. Like last Saturday, I had some Chipotle, and that was actually on Friday. I had some Chipotle, and then I had some breakfast the next morning, and I was feeling cool. But after Saturday's breakfast, all the way for the rest of the day, I was just throwing up.
That was Saturday, not Sunday.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, I'm thinking it's just like, dang, maybe I ate something bad, maybe I ate too much. I didn't really think I ate outside of how much I would usually eat when I chow down really good. But, I didn't know what it was, but I was just sick. I was throwing up all day, all night. It got to a point where I couldn't even hold down water. And so I was coming back, and at this point I'm like dizzy, like I'm trying to hold myself together. I'm just thinking I'm about to throw it all up at some point. And when I got back to my friend Tier's house, and she had got me some chicken noodle soup. So it was like probably like 3, 4 in the morning. I'm driving back home by myself. I don't even know how I got home because I was dizzy. It just felt like I was drunk driving, honestly. But I made it back home. I got in the house. I fell asleep. I was able to make the chicken noodle soup, and I was able to eat that, and I held it down for a little bit, and then had to throw up again. And this time when I threw up, like I was throwing up, it was like all water, but then it was like black. I got pictures of it. We might overlay it, maybe not.
I haven't even seen it. I don't even know if we're gonna overlay it.
It's gross.
If it's gross,
But it was straight. Like it was literally black. Like it looked like some exorcist. Like I was spitting up the Antichrist or something. And so I ended up sending the picture to my mom, and I don't even know why I was talking to my mom. I don't remember, but we were talking, I guess, about movies or something. And then so I sent the pictures to her, and she was like, "Nah, your throw up ain't supposed to look like that. That's XYZ." And I was like, she was urging me to go to the ER. But I'm on the borderline about to pass out, so I fall back asleep on the bed. Then I heard a knock on the door. My mom had actually called the police to do a welfare check on me, and then that's when I decided to go to the ER. So my stepfather picked me up and took me to the University of Maryland Medical Center. And like I could barely walk. I could barely stand up. I get to the ER. I just told him straight up, like, I'm throwing up.
mind you, while all this is going on, it's my last day in Bali. It's my last night. So I'm 12 hours ahead on the other side of the world. Getting updates at 4 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
And that's very true. I was in the ER. I had stopped vomiting by then, and then they ended up admitting me. And then there was a whole group of old people in the ER. They took me first. I was in the ER waiting room, like couldn't move, could barely stand up. Was dizzy. I was just sitting there, shortness of breath, like all that crazy stuff. And so they took me, and they said that they finally were able to do my vitals, take my blood sugar. They said my blood sugar level was 800, which is like, you finna die. Like, you know what I mean? Way too high. And so they spent a lot of time just trying to bring my blood sugar back down. And mind you, I hadn't eaten since I had that breakfast. So now it's 2-3 days later. I was in there. I wasn't allowed to eat for like the first 36 hours I was in here. So I was starving. I was dehydrated. Dehydrated.
And you sounded high. Like when I would call him, I called him like on the way to the airport and in between my flights because I had a 25-hour flight. And every time I called you, like you would sound better because it would be more of a day. But like he sounded like he was on drugs, but they didn't give him anything to make him high. But that's what he sounded like. He sounded like they had him on all these drugs, which they didn't because, I talked to the nurse. So it sounded really intense. And then he told me, he was like, and I sound better right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I sounded bad. I was extremely dehydrated because I was throwing up so much. And then on top of that, like, I still feel it now, but I have like little small abrasions in my throat from me throwing up so much and it burning my throat. Like, I still feel that now. And so
we're on day 4.
I
right?
couldn't even put down a saltine cracker. So it was a very scary experience. And then it just kind of makes you think, because like nobody was here. Like, my wife didn't come back home until yesterday morning, or was it the morning before that?
It was yesterday.
Yesterday morning. And of course, like, everybody got to work and all that stuff. No one has time to come see you because, people still got to work. And so everything's over the phone. And so I was pretty much in here by myself for, like the first 48 hours, which was a scary feeling, And they got me in here looking like Wolverine. Every hour on the hour, they were ticking my fingers, checking my vitals, giving me insulin, checking my blood sugar. All throughout the night. I swear I couldn't go 4 hours straight without being woken up.
You actually couldn't because he's in the immediate care unit. So he's not like in a regular room, but he's also not in the ICU. But it's obviously intermediate. So they have I don't know the hour schedule here, but they do have to check on you like every 2 or 4 hours. I think it's 2 hours they have to come check on you. So last night was the first night he got sleep promotion. So he was allowed to sleep through the night from... I don't even know. 4 or 5 hours I was allowed to go uninterrupted. Yeah, I think it was like 12 to 5 or 9 to 5 or something. He was allowed to sleep that long. So, that was cool.
So, yeah, scary. And then, come to find out that I'm thinking I have a stomach bug, and come to find out that I'm pretty much a diabetic man. Yeah. And wasn't expecting that.
No.
That is, I'm still kind of wrapping my head around it. So I don't have really, I didn't know my grandfather had diabetes type 1. I didn't know he had that. He's really the only other person in my family who's ever had diabetes.
Your uncle?
My uncle. Which one?
Your dad's an uncle? I don't remember.
No, he had prostate cancer.
Oh.
No, he didn't, but just my dad. I thought it was one of my uncles, but it turned out to be my grandfather. And then my mom, I forgot, she said somebody in our family that has diabetes, but I never had any medical history of anything, honestly. So, and it's crazy. My my A1C level was at 12.5,
0.5,
and the normal is 6. So that goes to show how high that was. So really just blessed. That could have been way worse than it turned out to be. My wife was like, man, a few hours of untreated, that could have been way worse than it was. Just glad I made it here to the hospital, and all the nurses and doctors have been really great. My wife has been great. My family and friends have been great.
I pulled up with my suitcase. I have my whole suitcase.
But it's kind of crazy because we were already we're already trending on like taking more care of our bodies. Like,
Yeah, as
You
you
know.
guys know, I have PCOS, so you guys have kind of watched us take better care of ourselves and, you know, in preparation for fertility. But this explains, we didn't even know untreated diabetes from him, the effects it had on fertility. And this changes the game for so many things that we've been kind of dealing with that's been so frustrating in fertility. I don't know if you want to talk about that.
yeah, no, we found a lot of stuff out in this experience about maybe why we've been having trouble having kids in general, and how maybe like this, me not knowing I had diabetes or this issue has affected my reproductive system and how healthy my sperm is, how my sperm count, and, how my high rate of sugar in my blood has affected everything we've been trying to do as far as having kids. So that's a gift and a curse to be able to find that out, you know.
The candida in the body.
But also just it's kind of funny because we were just laughing about like how we the ones bringing the zero sugar soda to the party. How the heck we end up in the hospital? But you know, God has His plans for everything, and I don't know. I think it just has also shown me how fragile life is. Like you always. The Lord says to have expectation for abundance of life, but you don't have a day promise. Like you never know, what can happen to you. But it also goes to show that He been protecting me for sure all this time with probably a lot of different situations that I didn't know when it came to this. There's really no pinpoint of when it started or. My grandfather, he didn't get diagnosed with diabetes until he was 50. I could have went another 20 years without knowing. So, but everything's intentional on God's behalf. So we're grateful for that too. So, glad to have my wifey on this journey with me. You can just start calling her Dr. Stella Kittrell. And even she's laughing, but it's funny. But even the experience in here, like just being in the hospital, I haven't been in the hospital this long. I don't think ever.
Yeah,
for something happening with me, and it just sucked. Like I wasn't able to like take a shower because I'm hooked up to all these IVs. It took me like 2-3 days to be able to take a shower.
You had to wrap them up in like saran wrap.
Had to wrap me up like a freaking chicken wrap. So I can take a shower, but I had to keep the IVs in me, so I'm like trying to be stick man. And it's just like really just open our eyes to like just some flaws, that we have in the hospitals and ways that we can improve it, especially being able to help patients just have access to things they may need if they're ever in a situation like this. So we're excited to.
Well, what happened to you?
Man, they beat me. It's like, nah. But yeah, just like, not being able to take a shower, not being able to eat for days, not having the necessary like products to take care of myself, for multiple days on end.
Yeah, like they have the products, like the basic soaps, but just what makes you feel
like a human.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Like a human.
I was in this trying to smell like a dog. I hated it. I was like,
you smelled like dog. I smelled like Blaine.
Like it was like ew.
So I had all my stuff because I came straight from the airport. So I had everything in my carry-on bag. So it was helpful because like the stuff that he steals out of my drawer, he was able to use. So like we use a Dove soap bar, and he was able to use that instead of whatever they offer. They offer like a hair mousse type soap here. It's really interesting. It looks like hair mousse, but it's soap. And then you had your deodorant. We use like native deodorant and the skincare.
Mm-hmm.
That's like when he really started to glow, and like me being able to do his skincare routine for him. And like just kind of felt like it brought you back a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, and they put me on they gave me a 1 hour prison yard form so I could walk around because I needed permission to walk around.
You
And
definitely had to fill that
I
out.
had to sign this form to be able to walk around the unit, campus, whatever. That was interesting. But as far as like how the nurses were, like all my nurses were great. They were helpful. They were generous, and they definitely deserve a little something, something. And they helped out a lot. And all my nurses were different. One nurse was this dude named Tim. He was pretty cool. He's like a travel nurse. And he was telling me like different stories, but we connected a lot.
Tim's the one who helped me on my flight.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
My first flight was 10 hours or 11 hours. The second flight was 20. The second flight was 14 hours and 45 minutes. But Tim's the one, like, I caught him before my first flight, and then I caught him in the second flight. And he was so helpful. Like, he was like, okay, like, I understand. Like, I'm in Qatar right now. I need help. Like, my husband's in the thing. Do you have any updates? He's like, not yet. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
That was a horrible feeling.
And he was super cool to talk to. Like he was pretty good to talk to. I talked to Stella's like, how come every time you talk to somebody, it sounds like you're talking to your best friend or something? I'm like, because they be cool. But he was cool. And then Jen was the young lady. She was very nice. She was very kind. And then I had two Davids. One David, he was just like Tim, a really good nurse. And then the other David, he was like an astrophysicist, but a nurse.
Yeah.
That dude knows everything about nursing.
Yeah.
You can't tell him nothing. He can write a book, okay?
He should write a book.
And he was cool, very generous too. And, hey.
Definitely some Daisy Awards for sure.
Yeah. I just know David got the hook up. You pull it out the line. You don't got to talk about all that. That's a true statement, though. But yeah. But no, the nurses were great. The doctors were great too. And,
now we're waiting on his type of diabetes, whether it's type 1 or type 2. Our real prayer is that it's not. Some of our family members told us instances where people were in the same situation. Well, maybe not diagnosed with ketoacidosis, that's different, but his blood sugar's 800, crazy situations, and they had like infections of something or allergic reaction of something, and it wasn't diabetes. So I mean, that's just like the long shot prayer that it's something like that, because I don't want that for Dre.
we still didn't even get the final labs yet.
No, we
said
haven't.
It's going to be
There's-
another couple weeks.
Yeah, there's labs that just take time that, I had a medical instance in like 2023 where I thought I had some lifelong disease, and then everyone, like I went to urgent care, they're like, you have it. And then I went to my doctor and she was like, let me just do this specialty little test. And turns out it was that little sliver of that little random thing she decided to test, and not what it looked like. So I'm praying that for Dre. I think that's the prayer that we're requesting, is that it's not diabetes, and that it is some treatable infection or something that affected his blood sugar and made his body out of whack. That's still my prayer, because it's two people that my family knows it's happened to them like that, and why can't it happen to us like that too? So that's the prayer.
So pray with us. Amen. Sounds good. I'm so excited to get out of here, though. I miss my dog and my cat.
Yeah, Birkin actually picked me up from the airport yesterday. She shook the whole time. I had like an hour car ride to the hospital. She was shaking the entire time, and when I had to get out at the hospital, she was like not happy. She was like freaking out. I don't even want to know what the cat's like. He's never alone.
My friend, she was like, what's the first thing you want to do when you get out here? I just want to chill with my dog and my cat and my
Honestly, just shout out to my friends and family right now. Shout out to Dre's mom. You're forever the GOAT. Thank you for being a wonderful mother, because without her, I don't know if we'd have Dre right now. 2, shout out to our friends and family who really held it down while I was trying to get back home and went to go take the dog and the cat out and took Birkin on walks. Like, so many random people were just like, okay, we'll take a shift. And I really am appreciative. And everyone who came to come see Dre, thank you. I guess like the next step is like, this is so new to me, Andre. Like I do have family members with diabetes, and it's like I don't live with it though. So it's like, what's life gonna look like? And I just think the biggest blessing is because we've been on our fertility path. Like we've been eating so much better. Like the stuff that the diabetes care specialist was trying to like teach us, we've already incorporated this year over the last 7 months. So I just feel like it's just, if it were to happen, this is good timing because we've already slowly transitioned into this lifestyle of eating already just because of me and what I have going on. So it's just gonna make it easier on all ends because I don't need to like split meals. Like a lot of my vlogs you guys have seen, I've been like, oh, this is Dre's plate, this is mine, like just with variations, and knowing we need to eat kind of similar now for different reasons. It's gonna be, I think, more unifying and better. And then just like we've already done a lot of the hard work, I guess, at the house and took inventory of what we're doing just in the path of children. So I think that's a good thing. I think it's going to help our mental load because this is a lot. Like we've never dealt with insulin. We've never dealt with pricking fingers. I think I pricked my finger for a week once I got diagnosed with my PCOS, but it's not like our daily life, and now it is. So it's just going to be an adjustment period. Hopefully not, though. Hopefully not. Hopefully it's just an infection.
Hopefully she only use on my finger prick because she's already plotting on, oh yeah, I'm gonna be checking my blood sugar all day.
Facts.
It's like, babe, you gotta save me a Lancer, or what's it called?
Lantus. No, I don't take the Lantus. I think Lantus is your insulin.
Okay.
But I say that I'm not doing it for fun. So I have reactive hypoglycemia, which is a really popular thing that happens after you have weight loss surgery, and that happened to me. So sometimes my blood sugar gets really low. But when I don't eat as much processed sugar, I don't deal with it as much. So I'm coming off vacation. He's coming off vacation, which is how we're here. So we just need to, like, I guess the conversation we've had is how we eat at home. Kind of just have that be our standard. We had this conversation with his dad, actually. Just have that be our standard at all times. It doesn't matter. Obviously, vacation doesn't care. Obviously, disease doesn't care. You're on vacation. And just staying to how you eat. And just staying true to like how we eat, how we view things. Because that was, I'm going to insert a little screenshot. But that's kind of like what happened when my day one in Bali. Like the transactions had 3 McDonald's transactions. I sent Dre a text. I was like, I just left you. Like I bought groceries before I left, so that didn't happen. I was like, can you at least eat the salad kits so they don't go bad before you go feral? Like that's what I said. And but I guess it's like a way we could just both, step more into adulthood. So. Hello.
Hey.
We got a note?
So this is...
So what's your diagnosis?
It's not confirmed yet.
Well, the one confirmed one is the...
They're treating it as type 1 diabetes right now.
But you do have a confirmed diagnosis.
The
Yeah.
The KDA?
The DK.
The DKA.
What the heck is that?
The
Diabetic.
ketoacidosis.
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 What is that?
It's when I have too much acid in my high blood sugar.
His body produces too many ketones, and then that's how he ended up as sick as he did.
I'm an astrophysicist. It's something with ketones in my.
It's not just something. This is your life. So it's not just something.
I don't know what a ketone is. I'm just saying I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
That's serious.
It's very
It is.
serious.
The worst one to have.
It's very serious. Yes.
Yeah. So that's what they diagnosed me with. That's why. But they don't know. They're still gotta do tests. They said it's gonna take two.
Me a text that she got Dre a gift, and it was so cool. It was a original newspaper from the space moon landing in 1969, and someone thrifted it to the thrift store and she found it. But it's funny because me and him fight about it. That's a story for another day.
She don't believe it happened.
I don't. Not the first time I don't, but we'll talk about that another day.
But yeah, I got the doctor's note, which is cool because my boss is a little anal. My man didn't even care about me, but it's cool.
Gotta stop working for the man.
No, no, I'm not gonna do the B movie joint. That's cool. But
We're about to get out of here. I'm about to go pack up.
mm-hmm. And this has been a very interesting experience. Tell you that. But just be grateful for your life, man. You know. Be grateful for the people you got around you. I am.
Love you.
I love you. Look at me, girl.
You cannot crack jokes in the hospital bed.
Actually, you can. You know, most people that survive extreme hospital, extreme illnesses and diseases are the ones who stay positive and have a high, generous and fun and lively spirit. Those are the ones that are most
Well,
likely to
you
survive.
already had that. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Well,
They did a study
it's
in
funny
cancer
'cause-
patients that the cancer patients who looked at it as who still enjoyed their life and made jokes and had friendly conversations and were generous even in a hospital bed and showed love, you know, had a significantly higher outcome of surviving their cancer or living longer than the people who were like grumpy and trying to act like they hated their life and all that stuff. It's a study, it's a real study, psychological study. Just throwing it out there. So I'm gonna crack a joke.
I said, at least you were alive. I was so traumatized yesterday. Remember that?
Mm-hmm. So,
All right,
amen.
we'll keep you guys updated.
We will.
We're gonna just, I guess, figure it out. And as always, Sherry's probably not the only one that's gone through this. So anything, any advice, anything that you've gone through that's helpful, like this is so new to us. Living with diabetes, living with,
Please share.
yeah, like the doctor, nurse is like, don't be overwhelmed as he's discharging us. We're like, this is just gonna be a new life. So I think the most important thing is like we just commit better, and that's all I got.
We're gonna do great. Amen.
Amen.